by the U.S. Department of Education.
On News Channel 6, brought to you by Jamie Casino Injury Attorneys.
This weekend, we're getting back to normal as far as temperatures go, but we've also got some showers and storms to track. I'll have all the details for you coming up.
Now on Good Morning Augusta, storm damages across the CSRA, how people are handling it, and what park is closed. Plus, the Augusta Fire Department is partnering with the Red Cross to put on a fire alarm blitz, why they say it's needed. And later, a record-setting snake caught, and the amateur hunter behind it is looking for his next big catch. Details as your number one source for local weekend morning news starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is Good Morning Augusta on WJBF News Channel 6.
Well, good morning, sunshine. Thanks for joining us. It's great to see you. I'm Sean Cabbage Duck.
News Channel 6.
Woo! Nice job.
Good job. And Sherry joins us now. Sherry, was hot the past couple of days. What are we dealing with today?
A little bit of a cool down, Sean. Don't get too excited.
Okay.
It's by summer terms a cool down, okay? Upper 80s, though. That's cool.
I'm staying inside.
But looking at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over at the Augusta Marriott, we've got a little bit of the sunrise peeping through there with lots of cloud cover as well. But right now, nice and calm here in Augusta. But looking at our live Viper 6 radar, we got some rain coming into the CSRA from Wilkes County over to Edgefield, moving into Saluda County, starting to see some light to moderate rain falling this morning, and that's kind of going to be the trend for most of the day today, unfortunately. So with the cooler temperatures, we've also got to deal with some rain and storms. So speaking of those temperatures, right now we've got 72 in Augusta, 73 in Aiken, 71 down in Millen. So lower 70s all across the board. Unfortunately, we also have those lower 70s for our dew points as well, which means it is pretty humid out there. For our outdoor comfort meter, we're at a 2 for today. So still got that humidity sticking around. For our day planner today, definitely going to need the rain gear handy and keep your eyes to the sky. It's not going to be a total washout everywhere at all times, but definitely a chance of shower and storms throughout most of the day today, but temperatures in those 80s for you. So we'll have all the details for you on what you can expect on the timing of these showers and storms and also those cooler temperatures coming up. Back to you, Sean.
Cooler temperatures. Thank you, Sherry. The Augusta Fire Department is partnering with the Red Cross today to put on a fire alarm blitz. They'll be going door to door in the Crawford Avenue area starting at 9 o'clock just to make sure homes have the necessary equipment to alert them in case of a fire. They say the initiative is being driven by a recent uptick in structure fires there. Several back-to-school drives are happening in Aiken County today. From 9 until noon, Success Team will give out more than 1,500 backpacks at Aiken Technical College. Those backpacks will be filled with school supplies. They'll be available for grades kindergarten through 12th. And there will also be additional educational workshops on applying for scholarships, as well as community resource vendor fairs featuring local colleges and youth-based organizations. And from 10 until 1, the 13th annual Fit for School event will be going on over at the Family Y on Trolley Line Road in Graniteville. School supplies will be handed out in a fast, easy drive-through. Superheroes and fairy tale characters will be there as well. Refreshments, free haircuts, and health screenings will be inside the YMCA. A chef with a secret to spice up your dishes without salt. Chef Didi joins us next.
Black Cat Baby, that come quickly.
What is it like to be in law?
Hey y'all, welcome back. Well, she's a chef ahead of her time who believes cooking is an art mixed with love. Chef Didi is back with us. Thank you for coming back. It's been a while.
Oh, thank you for having me. I love you guys.
I
Yes.
think it was 2019.
It was.
Yeah, okay. So before we get into what you've been doing since then, what you got here? You got some food?
Well, I have, I got some food. I have some shrimp pork bars. Louisiana, people love them. I have my seasonings, which I actually prepare everything with. I also have pineapple skewers with teriyaki shrimp and also a yellow rice mixed with pineapple juice. So it's very good.
Yeah. And how long does it take for you to make these?
Actually about 2 to 3 hours because I cook everything with love. I want to make sure presentation is right. I want to make sure that tasting is right because I'm not going to serve anything that I don't enjoy.
you use family recipes or stuff that you
What-
come up with your own?
Yes, actually, all these I came up with. As a matter of fact, this is the latest, which is a Caribbean spice, jerk chicken, curry chicken, whatever you want to use. This is mild. Now, this is the hottest one because you can use this on eggs and anything. As a matter of fact, the sandwiches that I prepared for breakfast, I used this. Also, the hot, which is your favorite.
Yeah, that's the one I
Now,
have.
this is it's hot because I'm Cajun. That's what we do. And also, okay, that's another hot. So pretty much, I actually the story behind it. I remember last time Tony Sacheries. I was mixing and I said, "Ooh, Tony, I like it, but it's too salty." So I wanted to make seasonings that didn't have any salt but had taste.
Oh, okay.
And so I think that a lot of people with diabetes and other things, they actually enjoy this because now they're not compromising the taste and you don't have sodium.
Because oftentimes we hear no salt is no taste as well.
Exactly. So I made sure that we had some taste.
Oh, good. Okay. So, what's been going on since 2019?
Since 2019, well, had a lot of family death or whatever the case, but God is good. And so basically, I've just gotten back into cooking, singing, reading, writing, ministering, and also mentoring. So I just keep myself busy. I love helping the community and just being a positive motivation to everyone because we've been through a lot since COVID.
Yeah. And you don't have a brick and mortar store, so how are folks able to get your recipes or get your products and stuff like that?
Sure, all you have to do is go to www.creolechefdd.org and you can order the spices. And I have a couple of other things on there like cookbooks. I have 2 cookbooks. I forgot to tell you, I actually wrote 2 cookbooks.
Wow.
So, yes.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite dish to prepare?
My favorite dish to prepare, I would say jambalaya, but also crawfish etouffee.
Okay. Well, tell me about what you put in it.
Well, what I put in it is lemon pepper, spices, parsley. Let me tell you something. When I was in LA for about 2 to 3 years, I actually learned from the Mexicans how to mix spices. A lot of people think if it's hot, then that's spicy. No, habanero, things like that, parsley, cilantro. So when you mix those spices, you get a certain taste. So I want you to remember that it's Chef Didi.
Yeah.
So as soon as you taste it, you know who I be, Chef Didi.
So since you are a chef, do you think there's an underrated item that people don't use that you think they should use in their foods?
I really think that a lot of people should. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all the secret. This is how you get that salt taste: lemon pepper.
Okay.
Lemon pepper with a little garlic will give you that salt taste in anything. So a lot of people, they think that you have to salt it up. No, use a lemon pepper, a little garlic, and actually a little paprika. And I promise you, you'll have so much full flavor. When I saw it, when I mixed those 2 together or those 3 together, I was like, okay, this is like the way I can really get that salt taste without salt.
Okay. And y'all, we'll be right back.
The Coffee Club on WJBF is brought to you by Waynesboro Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Taking a look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam over at Augusta Regional. We've got a little bit of sunshine trying to pop through those clouds, but definitely a pretty good layer of clouds this morning. And the winds are starting to pick up a little bit as well, but overall, not a terrible morning for us. A little on the warm side at 72 degrees. Winds 8 miles per hour coming from the west. And of course, it's humid outside, but no issues with fog or visibility there for us. Big picture here with the satellite and radar, we have this cold front draped, almost cutting the CSRA in half. So with this, good news, temperatures will be a little bit cooler, but the bad or worse news is, along with that, we will have a chance of some showers and storms today. So already popping up on the radar, some light showers falling from Wilkes County all the way over to Saluda County and our northern counties in the CSRA. And that will kind of be setting the scene for what you can expect for most of the day today. Temperature-wise, you can also see where that cold front lies is back behind it. Temperatures a little on the cooler side, 69 in Athens, but then warmer in those upper 70s to the east. So as that pushes through, more of us will cool down relative to summer temperature cool down, right? Still, it's going to be pretty warm. Looking back at yesterday, our high temperature was right on target at average at 94 degrees. Lows almost on target there at 71. And rain, we picked up a little over 1/10 of an inch of rain yesterday. Farmers forecast shouldn't come as a surprise. We have no issues there with drought, which is great news. As for the year, we are 36.5 inches of rain, and we will pick up more today as we're looking at a 40% chance of rain, which is our best chance for the next several days. So scattered storms for your Saturday, fewer storms, but still a good chance of seeing some rain on your Sunday, and then we will dry out next week. But of course, as we dry out, those temperatures will also increase as well. So enjoy the cooler temperatures this weekend along with the rain. Today, most of the CSRA is in the marginal risk for severe weather. So with that, our biggest threat is going to be heavy rain and possibly winds as well. So no risk there for tornadoes or anything like that, but definitely want to keep your eyes to the sky this morning as you're celebrating the weekend. So looking at the timing of this, I think this model is being a little aggressive with the amount of rain, but definitely going to see some showers, maybe some heavy pockets of downpours there this morning, kind of the northern half of the CSRA, and then we'll kind of share the love with the rest of the area as we move into the lunchtime hours, and then we'll push that through, and then this afternoon we'll get a little bit of a break, some mix of sun and clouds, and then kind of a round two this afternoon for our southern counties around between 6 to 10 o'clock tonight. I think we'll see some showers there as well, and then some clearing overnight, and then some pockets there here and there overnight. So your planner for today, for your pool planner, definitely a good day to be by the water, but just keep your eyes to the sky as there is a chance of some showers and storms on and off through most of the morning and again through the afternoon. But again, spy those temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s for your weekend, so looking good there for us. But unfortunately, that trend is going to end next week as we're back into those mid 90s next week. So enjoy this cooler weekend, but also just be weather aware as we're tracking scattered showers and storms throughout the morning and then in the afternoon as well, and kind of wash and repeat for your Sunday. But next week looking much better with lots of sunshine but warmer temps.
But warmer temps. All right, Sherry, thank you. Well, there's a new menu at one restaurant that has everyone talking. What's trending is next.
Of course, take the shots. It's not too late to jumpstart your future.
Hey guys, time to take a look at what's trending. So Popeyes has joined a viral TikTok trend where people make meals out of size. They're calling them girl dinners. First coined by a TikToker who described her ideal meal as cheese cubes, fruit, pickles, and bread. I don't know about that, Sherry. So Popeyes now offers its own girl dinner menu on its website. It consists of mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, Cajun fries, coleslaw, biscuits, and red beans and rice. In other words, it's their regular side menu. And Sherry, you also have to order the sides individually. So I have a problem with that because I don't know if you ever got a Happy Meal from McDonald's. It's like the French fries come in. Don't look at me like that. Come in like a little small paper. Popeyes has the same thing, but theirs is like almost $3 for that same size fries. So just imagine how much it's going to be with all those sides individually.
And hello, I need some chicken.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking the same thing.
I'm like, girl
Chicken,
meal. This girl needs some chicken. I don't know Popeyes.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I like the Cajun fries, so maybe I'll just get the fries and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some chicken.
Yeah. So let us know what you think. WJBF.com, and we're also on Facebook and Twitter. Well, I'm on Twitter. She's not. Coming up on Good Morning Augusta, forecasters are warning Americans about stifling heat waves that they say won't be letting up soon. That's coming up. But first, let's send to New York, where Janae Norman is standing by with a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America this Saturday morning, Janae.
See a current list of job openings. Visit WJBF.com/work-for-6. Join our team today. Meteorologist Jennifer Tracci. Weather coverage you can count on. Weather headlines on News Channel 6. Brought to you by Jamie Casino Injury Attorneys.
It's going to be a typical summertime Sunday with a nice day and then showers and storms in the afternoon and evening. I have all the details for you on what you can expect coming up.
Now on Good Morning Augusta, Augusta firefighters spending the day making sure people stay safe from fires. We'll show you how. Plus, wedding bells chime away for a patient over at Doctor's Hospital. We'll take you there. And later, a new tribute to 9 people who lost their lives in a mass shooting in Charleston 8 years ago. Details as your #1 source for local weekend morning news starts right now. We begin with breaking news. A shooting under investigation in Allendale. The incident taking place at the Tiger Express late last night. The Fairfax Police Department, Allendale County Sheriff's Office, and SLED are all investigating. We're working to learn whether there were any injuries. Of course, contact authorities if you know anything. We now know the identity of human remains found in a shallow grave in Windsor, South Carolina. The coroner's office identifying the victim as 39-year-old John Bullock of Graniteville. The cause of death, multiple gunshot wounds. That was confirmed following an autopsy. He was reported missing several weeks ago by his daughter. Before his disappearance, he told her he got into an argument with Donald Britton. Britton, Thomas Gwynn, and Cody Wooten all facing charges in connection with removal of human remains. One person is dead following a hit and run in North Augusta. At around 7:30 Saturday morning, authorities responded to a call after a woman's body was discovered in a ditch on Old Edgefield Road near Brigham Road. After getting video from near the area, police able to identify the vehicle and the person responsible. So later that morning, authorities found the vehicle owned by Roger Bradham Sr., matching the description with front end damage. He was taken into custody. We're told he will be charged with leaving the scene of an accident resulting in death. With things heating up this summer, it's just another reminder to make sure your at-home safety devices are up and working. So that's why Augusta Fire Department and the American Red Cross partner to help you. Here's Bria Smith.
There are homes in our community that don't have smoke detectors, and we want to definitely stress the importance of that.
That's why Saturday morning, the Augusta Fire Department knocked from door to door, providing fire detector installations for those in the areas most needed.
And so if you, anywhere in our community, not just in this area, if you have a home that does not have a smoke detector, call us. We'll come to your home. We'll install that smoke detector free of charge.
With the partnership of the American Red Cross, fire alarms were able to be put up in no time.
And we're actually been pretty pleased in the neighborhoods that we've seen so far. We've seen a lot of smoke alarms. We visited about 15 houses so far. We installed only 5. We had about 6 that already had smoke alarms that worked. Some were hardwired, which was something great.
Augusta Fire Chief Burden says this isn't the first fire alarm blitz, but this time the focus is different.
Our efforts now are more focused. They're more targeted. And once again, we're utilizing the data to target areas of greater need. So this is just one of many of our efforts.
American Red Cross Disaster Program Manager Timothy DeLucia tells me this project serves for a bigger purpose.
It's one of our pillars is to really help prepare and alleviate in disaster.
Chief Burden assures getting out into the community he serves daily is the true way to ensure safety first.
But it's the boots on the ground effort, the grassroots type effort that really, really makes a difference. And that's what we're here today to do.
If you're in need of a smoke alarm detector, call the local fire department to get a free install. In Augusta, Bria Smith, WJBF, News Channel 6.
If your children are eligible for pandemic EBT benefits, the South Carolina State Department of Social Services asking you to make sure your address is up to date. DSS says federal pandemic EBT cards will be sent out in September. Eligible families should head over to DSS's website just to verify the address they have on file is correct. The organization says families have until August 10th to update the information. Students who qualify for free or reduced lunch are typically eligible for these pandemic EBT benefits.
If you've had any changes or maybe you've moved or relocated, please make sure that your address is correct, because that is really going to cut down on delays that parents may face when they receive a card, as well as that's going to make sure that we can process the information as quickly as possible to get those benefits out to the families that need them and that qualify.
And we do have a link to verify your mailing address on our website, WJBF.com. Today, the Augusta Green Jackets are asking fans to come to SRP Park and bring school supplies to donate to the United Way of the CSRA. Fans who bring school supplies to the Green Jacket game will receive a voucher good for a free hot dog, only 1 per person, as well as a chance to win an Apple TV courtesy of WOW, and a game-worn jersey will be given away at the game. Gates will open at 12:30 p.m. And tonight, 3 Grovetown churches are coming together to make sure your children are prepared for school as well. The annual school supply giveaway event starts at 5:30 p.m. over at 206 East Robinson Avenue. Meteorologist Sherry Sheely joins us now with a quick check of the forecast. Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning, Sean, and good morning to y'all. I hope you had a great Saturday, and we're going to have another good day on the weekend, right? So we're going to finish off this weekend strong. Looking at our satellite and radar, we got that cold front that came through the area with low pressure off the coast. So some clouds are lingering in the area, but overall not too bad for us. So we do have some issues with some fog in Aiken County and also to the west a little bit. I noticed that when I was coming in this morning, so keep that in mind as you head out. It might be a little foggy out there, so add some extra time to your commute. Temperature-wise, we're pretty toasty starting off this morning. 75 degrees here in Augusta, 73 in Aiken. Saluda looks like the cool spot at 70 degrees and upper 70s there in Louisville at 76. Winds have died down a good bit today, so anywhere from light winds to 5 miles per hour, so not too bad there, but we do have those dew points still in the 70s, so it is still feeling sticky out there. So we're getting a little break from the air temps being so warm, but because of that humidity, it's going to still feel a little warmer. So we're at a 2 there on our outdoor comfort meter. So for your praise planner this morning, definitely don't need a jacket or anything like that, as it's going to be on the warm side up to the 80s by 11 o'clock this morning. So you can expect a little brief relief from the heat, but again, we've got that humidity to deal with, and also we're tracking some afternoon showers and storms. I'll have all the details on what you can expect coming up. Back to you, Sean.
All right, Sherry, thank you. So it was a special day for Preston Cobb. He's a patient over in the burn center at Doctor's Hospital. So family, friends, and the hospital staff all came together to celebrate his wedding. Our photojournalist Reggie Mackey takes us there.
We had a chemical spill at our job. I tried to, run to get away from it and ended up falling in it.
I was taking care of Preston when I overheard him say he was adamant he was not moving his wedding date, and I wasn't gonna let it happen.
She was like, "I got good news for you." And I was like, "What's that?" And she was like, "You're getting married on the 22nd." And it literally put me in tears.
No, we really just planned it on finalizing the marriage license and just accepting that we had to miss this day.
I just wanted to let them have one small little happy win out of all this negative that's been going on in his life, and I'm very, very happy for them.
Love bears all things, regardless of what comes. Preston and Tanisha, do you both take each other as each other's loving spouses? Do you promise to love each other, honor each other, cherish each other, protect each other, forsaking all others and holding only unto each other? You both believe in this charge. You'll respond, "I will."
I will. I, Preston.
Take Tanisha.
Take Tanisha.
To be my wife.
To be my wife.
I take him as my husband.
I take him as my husband.
For as long as we both shall live.
For as long as we both shall live.
Now, pronounce you husband and wife. Preston?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You may kiss your bride.
Love never fails.
Yes.
That's been the mantra.
Right.
Love never fails.
And congratulations, y'all. Well, a one-man comedic stage play is coming to the CSRA. We'll have those details next.
Black Export.
An Aiken native returns to his roots with a one-man stage play, Who Got the Body? Benny Pope joined me recently. Hey, Benny, thank you for joining me.
Thank you. It is an honor and a privilege to be here with you.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, let's get right to it. Who got the body?
That's what we got to find out. Who got the body? Because, in the community where I grew up, I don't know about yours, but whenever someone passed in the community, you get that call and folks say, Miss Sarah died. And people never say, like, well, funeral home is in charge of her. What they say?
Who got the body?
So that's where that title comes from.
Wow, okay. What was your inspiration behind doing this play?
So the whole inspiration of this play came from, it's based on my character, Sal. Sal is a 74-year-old Southern gentleman, and I'm from the South, so that works out well.
So is he from Aiken? Like you're from Aiken?
He's from everywhere.
Everywhere.
He can be from anywhere at any given moment, depending on where the show is.
That's
the magic of theater.
I like it. Okay.
But he's always going to be based on what comes from my heart, which is seeing my patriarchs and my dad, people like that. Just the way they handle things, they're very, very unfiltered.
Okay, yeah.
And they say things the way they are. And so this character, Sal, lives in a neighborhood which a lot of people of his age have faced with. That neighborhoods are changing. they have like coffee shops selling $5 coffee in their neighborhood all of a sudden, and people who they've never had to live with before of different nationalities, things like that are living there. So it kind of goes on his journey of one of his neighbors passing, and him sharing this with some residents who have been there with him, but also some newer residents who become friends of his, but how their cultures and things like that, how they want to have that input and how well he takes that.
Oh, okay.
And also he's dealing with the estranged children coming back all of a sudden, wanting to find out how much money is left for them, if any. And it just really is a light look at that. You know, a lot of us face it and things, but it's kind of like a light look at that and some of the more funny, more comical things that happens when it. So it's not a morbid piece; it's a very funny piece that I know a lot of people will be able to relate to. Like, that's Aunt Susie. That's Uncle Jimmy.
Yeah.
Where is she going with 15 plates from the repast? You know, that's like that. We all can relate to that, right? So it's going to be hilarious.
So how long did it take for you to put this on?
So to write this show, probably 2 days.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The first play I did with this character, like I said, was a stand-up character. Then I was challenged to make it into a play, a one-man play at that. And so the first play I did was Who Is You Hollering At? I did it in Baltimore.
Ask you about that.
I did it in Baltimore, got great reviews there, and I wanted to bring that home, which I did last summer around this time, actually. Well received, well attended, folks enjoyed it, and one of the biggest things was they could relate to it.
So how do you keep your audience engaged? Because it's just a one-person show. And you've done shows where it was a whole ensemble of people, and then this one is just you.
Right. That's the beauty of this, and that's what I love about creativity that we've been gifted with in our minds. So, you know, I've done anything from James Weldon Johnson to Shakespeare, and then there's this. And what makes this unique is that it's a one-man show with 5 neighbors and other people. And I've had to write it such that I'm able to ask a question and give you a response, but I have to do all of that, and that's where the writing comes in. And so also the play that I did last year, Who Is You Hollering At, I had that same formatting, and one of the things that gave me a sigh of relief was when I first did it, the reviewers got it, and they were like, I was like, yes. And then the audience got it, and then when I came here, one of the biggest things, people were like, you know, I saw your neighbor to the right, I saw this neighbor, I saw Olame, you know, I saw Fatback, I saw the other, you know, I saw the dog, you know, so that is where that creativity piece, you know, and you're like, wow.
Well, Benny, is it challenging for you to do multiple roles in this one play?
It can be challenging, but that's where the work for me comes in, just because, one, I have to write it in such a way where it makes sense and it flows to keep the audience. You was talking about engagement, and that's what you really definitely have to do. You know, you have that initial 30 seconds to get the audience engaged, and from there, you have to make it interesting, make it relatable, make it something people care about, you know, or they can really just kind of like tune into, say, God, I've had that experience. And most of all, when I go to the theater, and one thing I like to give out at theater is, did I feel something from it?
So you perform plays in Maryland, so how is it to bring it back home? Because you're from Aiken.
Yes.
Yeah, so how is it to bring it back home?
Being a native of Aiken and doing plays in Baltimore a lot, which is really my theater home center, I call it.
Yeah.
It's really something about coming to Aiken because, one, I get to see people who inspired a lot of this.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I work at Aiken, so I want to know who these people are, so you can tell me a little later.
And also, just to me, I see it as a gift back to them, you know, just the appreciation, because I'm under the belief that every moment in life, every relationship in life, every friendship in life, all of that goes into building who we are, who we become.
Absolutely.
And to come back and to know that what you're doing has been because of what some minister in your life, or your pastor, or your cousin, or your friend, that means a lot. So especially also I think about those teachers that I had that, you know, sitting in their literature class and being made to, you know, read these novels and things, and also made to, you know, do your own creative writing. I think back on that, and I don't take that lightly.
And the play is happening at the Hardin Auditorium on Saturday, July 29th, starting at 7:30, and there are VIP packages available. Please check out the rest of our conversation. It's on our website and our mobile app. Sherry has a check of your full forecast coming up in less than 3 minutes.
Weather headlines on
So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
now. Your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live 5/6.
All right, so let's take a look at our satellite and radar. You can see this cold front draping through the southeast that we were talking about yesterday. It is now pushed through our area, and back behind it, we're left with just a few fair weather clouds. And unfortunately, not a whole lot there to help us as far as cold temperatures when you think cold front, but did cool us down just a little bit. But again, just some wispy clouds in there, and some areas in Aiken County even experiencing some fog this morning, so keep that in mind as you head out this morning. Temperature-wise, again, nothing cold there, but you know, some 60s and 70s on the map, not too bad for us. So 75 here in Augusta, 77 in Charleston, and in the 80s down there in the Sunshine State. So let's take a look at the tropics. So Dawn was our first named hurricane of the season last night for one update. So made it to hurricane status, so he takes the cake there, but now back to a tropical storm status as winds have died down, really moving into unfavorable cold waters, really losing that hurricane status, but still holding together pretty good there. But no damage to our neck of the woods as he's been out there doing some loop-de-loops there in the northern Atlantic since July 14th. So no damage there, just worth mentioning since it was our first named storm of the season for hurricane status. So another area of interest we have here, about 1,000 miles east of the Windward Islands, has about a 40% chance of development to a tropical depression in the next week. So not really expecting that to cause any waves for us, but just something to keep in mind as it is active right now. So back at home, we were expecting that rain yesterday, right? Well, I know a lot of you were disappointed because didn't see a drop. However, it was very selective here, and there were some areas here in Edgefield and Aiken counties that got up to an inch or over an inch of rain, and then we have more trace situations back to the west, and then not a drop was registered here in Augusta. So definitely some scattered and isolated showers and storms that we saw yesterday. So a little bit of a disappointment there, but we do have another chance today as we were expecting some afternoon showers and storms. For our farmers forecast, no surprise there, no issues with drought all across the area, and our total for the year still at 36.5 inches, and we're expecting a 30% chance of showers today. And the whole area is also under a marginal risk of severe weather. I know we were there yesterday as well, and we're going to continue that today as we may see some strong to severe storms roll through this afternoon. So let's look at the timing of that. So this morning, looking at 9 o'clock, just clouds to contend with, and that will kind of continue throughout the early morning hours. But check it out, by the early afternoon, that's when we start seeing these cells pop up. And this model has some kind of severe looking cells there. So mainly threat is heavy rain, possibly some winds, but again, very scattered and isolated in nature. It's not a widespread event, just some typical summer afternoon pop-up storms continuing through the early afternoon through late evening, and that will continue overnight as well and into our Monday morning. So want to have that umbrella handy just in case, but it's not going to be there for everyone at all times, but definitely be weather aware as you're outdoors the rest of the weekend. Day planner for today, looking at the upper 80s by 11 o'clock and warming into those lower 90s by this afternoon. And again, possibly some showers and storms thrown in there as we make it through the warmer part of the day and into the evening. So again, air temps, we got a brief relief from the heat in those lower 90s for the rest of the weekend, but we do have the storms to contend with. But then next week we dry out, lots of sunshine, but the heat returns.
Okay, I'll take it, Sherry. Thank you. Barbenheimer in theaters, and while some say this is not the first Barbie movie, what's trending is next.
So late night flavor tips.
Hey y'all, welcome back. So big opening at the box office this weekend. 2 movies that couldn't be more opposite. They're dubbed Barbenheimer. So Barbie, the movie, and Oppenheimer about the Manhattan Project during World War II that produced the first atomic bomb. So Deadline projects that Barbie will earn nearly $150 million over 3 days and $75 million for Oppenheimer. That will make it one of the biggest opening weekends for Hollywood since the pandemic upended the industry. And with writers and actors on strike, it could be one of the last blockbuster movies and weekends for quite some time. So the internet is also reminding the world of the movie that did it first. So here's a clip from Disney's made-for-TV cult classic, Life Size, That was released in 2000. Fans are calling it the OG Barbie movie. So the story follows Tyra Banks as Eve, a doll who comes to life when Lindsay Lohan's tomboy character, Casey, attempts to resurrect her mother and it goes awry. Casey, who didn't want the doll to begin with, knows what happened and must help Eve adjust to life in the real world.
I do remember that one.
I vaguely remember that one, yeah.
And did you see Lindsay Lohan just had a baby?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know. What, boy or girl? Do we know the name?
I think it was a boy. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're the one that's supposed to know what's trending.
We're both supposed to know what's trending.
Okay,
Yeah, so what about the Barbie movie? Have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it, but I'm interested. My little girl loves Barbie, but I had to explain to her that it's not quite for her just yet. I think it's PG-13, but yeah, hopefully we'll get to check it out soon.
Yeah, and I saw the different commercials for it. Wasn't planning on going at all, but I may check it out.
Maybe. Put on some pink and
Yes. I have on pink already.
You're ready.
Well, coming up on Good Morning Augusta, millions are suffering from dangerous heat. A national view that's coming up. But first, let's send to New York, where Gio Benitez is standing by with a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America. Good morning, Gio.